True, I can't. And it was a big adjustment for me because there's something about getting behind the wheel of a car that is just so empowering. You know, you do things that normally you would not do. Like, for example, I might yell at a stranger. Once in a while, I would flip people off. On occasion, I even pleasured myself. Just too bad all the other people in the carpool were so uptight. Yeah. All right, you guys, you ready for your next comic? You are going to love him. You might recognize him from Facebook. Please welcome to the stage Neruda Williams.
Awesome. A lot of Facebook friends in here. Cool. Awesome. Give it up for your host. She's great. Definitely. Give it up for Michael Ricossi. He's awesome. Mike reminds me of an older Don Rickles. He's a gem. He is a national treasure. I gotta get something off my chest, folks. You know, I didn't really want to do this, but I said, I gotta just. A lot of people don't seem to believe that we went to the moon. I understand, I get it, but I'm here to settle it today. I'm just gonna prove it to you today. And I'm gonna do this really quickly. Really quickly. The first thing is that it was on television. Exactly. And as we all know, anything on television is true.
There are still Nazis on the moon.
Probably. I don't. How much has he had to drink? Cut him off. I've only got a few minutes up here, man. Another thing about it being on television is that it was like a documentary. It was reality television. And if it's reality television, then that makes it like super true. You know, this is why we watch The Real Housewives of Kentucky. Secondly, there was a movie about it. And of course, we don't just make movies about anything, folks. It takes like machines that turn into cars, that turn into other things. It takes a lot to get a movie made about just anything. So there was a movie about it. Then on top of that, that movie starred Tom Hanks. I mean, come on. Tom Hanks. That should be enough. But if it's not, just give me one more second. Then that movie also said, based on a true story. They can't falsify facts like this, folks. All right? I don't mean to burst your bubble, but that's, thank you. The third reason, and this is the reason I think the most, is that why? Why would we lie about going to the moon? There's nothing there. It's a rock. The government lying to the American public about going to the moon is like Ellen DeGeneres just coming out and saying, no, I'm straight. That all was just, all the activism, all of the protests, the coming out, the discrimination, the khaki pants for no apparent reason, all a hoax. Just a big conspiracy. Sorry, folks. Don't mean to break it to you like this. But we went. And we went to the moon. This is crazy. You learn something new every day. I'm just here to teach. What little wisdom I have, I just want to give it to you guys. My girlfriend is, I keep forgetting to tell my mom this. Oh, she's white. And just recently, she told me that her and her mother went to Colonial Williamsburg just for an outing, just to do that. And it blew my mind, because I would never think to go with my father to Colonial Williamsburg. Like, me going with my dad to Colonial Williamsburg is like me going with Anne Frank to the Holocaust Museum. It's like, we've been there. We did that. Don't really want to see it. Black people just don't go to slavery reenactments that often anyway. It's just not something, it's just not a pastime of ours. And when she told me that, I was like, interesting. And then she said that her mother made them get costumes. Now this was what blew my mind, because I had no idea that you could join in on the fun. And my eyes just lit up because I thought to myself, you know what? We're going. We're going, we're getting costumes, and we're going to pretend that we are the first openly interracial couple of the 1600s. We're doing this. It's gotta happen. And we're going to make the rest of our tour group form a posse and chase me with like pitchforks and lanterns. And all the while, she'll be running after the tour group, yelling, "But I love you, Cornelia!" I just would imagine my slave name would be, it's Cornelius. Just rolls off the whip, if you know what I mean. Oh, boom. All right. But yeah, no, I'm always about outings and adventures and personal conversations while I'm on stage. It's awesome. These are all things that we try to accomplish in our lives. I recently realized that I don't like to gamble. I don't like to gamble with my money on a game. So let me rephrase that. I don't like to gamble with my money on a game, but I don't really have a problem with, like, let's say, gambling with my life during sex. Or with my career on drugs and alcohol. Like, don't have a beef with that. That's not so much. But with the money in the, no, I don't do that. Sorry, this is a side note. I was just thinking about gambling. It has nothing to do with my set. Anyway, back to your previously scheduled programming. I believe that a life without love is a life not worth living. Can we agree?
Yes.
With that said, if you're a grown man and you ride a razor scooter, kill yourself. Seriously. Because nobody loves you. And nobody ever will. And your mother doesn't love you because she would have bought you a bike or helped you learn how to drive or just... And no woman can ever love you. Like, no woman can ever love a man who rides a razor scooter. Do you understand this, folks? Like, because no woman is willing to walk hand in hand on a date with a man riding a razor scooter. See how that makes sense? Like, okay, look, I'll give you this. Riddle me this. Show me a woman willing to do that, and I will show you a woman who hates herself and her father. It's very sad. But that's the life that this man has chosen when he decided to make that his main means of transportation. It's not my fault. That's his decisions in the world. And I think that there is one woman. The only woman who's willing to do that is a woman with such low self-confidence that you, the man riding the razor scooter, give her enough to not slit her wrists while watching the film He's Just Not That Into You with her cats. Plural cats. Multiple cats. She has a lot of cats. This has been a moving experience, folks. And in summary, we've learned a few things today. We learned we went to the moon. We learned...
Totally didn't.
I think you're going to have to take my advanced course later. We learned we went to the moon. We learned that black people don't go to Colonial Williamsburg. We learned that if you can drink alcohol legally, it should be illegal for you to ride a razor scooter. Thank you very much, folks.